So next, for part 2 here, we're going to be defining the control tab order. Control tab order refers to the order in which the selection on or focus moves from field to field in a form or report. Alright, so we're going to double click the inventory form, which is right here. And we're going to open it in form view, so make sure it's in form view. And it says to press the tab key several times to see the order in which the controls are selected each time you press it. So each time we press, it goes up and then, or it works its way down. So the tab order then continues to the next record in the sequence once you get to the end. So on Design tab, we're going to change it to the Design view, sorry. On the Design tab in the Tools group, we are going to click the Tab Order button. The Tab Order dialog box appears, displaying the tab order in the Custom Order list. Notice that the Production Combo Box field is referred to as Combo 10. Since Access stores this name to use as a coding reference for Visual Basic for applications. It says you may have a different number depending on how many controls you have had and removed previously on the form. Select the row Combo 10, or in our case, we're going to select Combo 4 to select it. We're going to click and hold the row selector, which is this part on the side, and we're going to drag up a row and notice how the black horizontal line moves with you. Drag up until the black horizontal line is placed at the top of description field. Release the mouse button. The Combo 10 field should be the first item in the list as shown in figure 8-10. Note, ours is going to probably say a different number behind it, and that's okay. It says to click the Auto Order button. The order of the fields automatically resets based on the order that they appear on the form or report. We're going to click the row selector to the left of Combo field to select it, and it says to click and hold the row selector and drag it up until the line is placed above the in stock field. So we're going to move it back and we're going to put it right between description and in stock. The combo box or field should now be the second item in the list. We're going to click OK, and then we're going to save the form design, and we're going to change it back to form view. And now we're going to press tab several times, and notice that now instead of it going down, it changes from to in production next, then it goes back up. Goes down, then it goes back. Okay. It says to close the form. So we're going to close the form. Pause and leave the database open to use the next exercise. We're on page 142. Formatting controls. Okay. Formatting professional-looking reports and forms not only projects a high-quality image, but it also improves the form or report's readability. Display formatting allows you to refine the look of your reports and forms. Alright, so we're still using the same database. We're going to double-click to open up the toy summary report. And we're going to change it to design view. And it says to click the in stock control, which is right here. Position the mouse pointer over the resize handle on the right border. The mouse pointer changes to a double-sided arrow. Use the horizontal ruler at the top of the report guide and drag to the left to resize the control until its right side is at the 1 3/4 mark. So I'm going to drag it until that black line up there is at the 1 3/4 mark. So about to right there. Okay, so in the same manner, we're going to reduce the width of price control until its right side is at the 4-inch mark. Ooh, just going to slide it over a little bit so we can see this. I'm going to close out of the field list right here. So I'm going to click on the price control and I'm going to drag it until it's about to the 4-inch mark right there. Okay, in the same manner, reduce the size of the investment control. It's down here. We're going to do this until its right side is at the 2.5-inch mark. So I'm going to drag it until it's about right there. And its bottom is at the 1.5-inch mark. So I got to move this one up just a little bit to about right there. Okay, it says click the description control to select it. And on the Format tab in the font group, so click on the Format tab in the font group, which is right here. We're going to click on Bold. And we're going to click to change our font size to 12. Next, we're going to click the In Stock control to select it. And in the Format tab, we're going to, in the font group, click on the Center Align button. The in-stock text is centered in the control box. Your report should now look similar to the picture below. Okay, and I'd say, I think ours looks pretty good. Only thing I can maybe see is just to make this a little bit better in that respect. But otherwise, I think everything else looks pretty good. Okay. Says next we're going to click the investment control. That contains the formula you entered earlier and on the Format tab. So make sure you click on this control down here. On the Format tab in the number group, we're going to apply the currency format. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the $sign button. And then we're going to also click on the price control and we're going to apply the currency format to that as well. It says to save the report. Save. And we're going to change to report view. So I'm going to go to Home tab, View, Report View. And there we have that. Okay. So it says to close out of this report. So you should see your prices in stock should now be centered. I'm going to go ahead and close out like it says on step 16. Step 17 says to double click the toys by quantity in stock report. And in the report header section, we're going to click on Print Report button, control to select it. On the Format tab, oh, let's see, did it go? Nothing happened. Let's, oh, sorry, we actually have to change it to Design View. That's probably why. Change it first to Design View, then click on the Print Report button control. On the Format tab, in the Control Formatting group, we're going to click on Change Shape. And we're going to choose the oval which I believe is that one. The button's control changes to an oval, and then we're going to click the in-stock header, which is right here. Oh, whoops. Actually, I take that back. Oh, right here. In-stock header is right here. Okay, and we're going to click the, actually, sorry, click on this line that says in-stock header. Okay, and we're going to click the alternate row color menu, and we're going to select automatic. Okay. To apply it, and step 22 says to click the detail row, and we're going to click the alternate row color, and we're going to choose automatic. And it says to change to report view, so let's go to the home tab, change it to report view. Okay, and you can see that the button has been changed and that the rows are now separated by alternate colors. It says to save and then close this report. We're on page 145. Next, it says to double click the inventory form, and we're going to change to design view. It says to click the button control on the form, which is right here. And on the form tab in the, on the format tab in the control formatting group, we're going to click the quick styles button, and we're going to select intense effect aqua 5. So I'm guessing, here's the intense effect aqua 5. We're going to click on it. So it changes colors of our button, makes it look different. We're going to click the description label next to select it. And it says on the format tab in the font group, we're going to click the font color button, and we're going to choose black. It's currently gray, to change the color. And it says the description label displays black. Change the font color to black for the stock, price, and production labels. So change all of these to black. Okay, on the format tab in the background group, we're going to choose background image, and we're going to click the browse button. And we should be in our data files. If you're not, navigate to your data files for lesson 8. We're going to choose the winter theme background and click OK. Notice the form's background image is now that of an image as shown in figure 8-5. We're going to change it to form view, and we're going to save our work and close out of the form. Alright, still using the same document, we're going to be working on conditional formatting. So double click toy summary, and we're going to click the in stock control. Oh, sorry, we still got to change it to design view. Okay, let's click on the in stock control. And on the format tab, we are going to click the conditional formatting button. And it tells us the dialog box appears. We're going to click the new rule button. The new formatting rule dialog box appears. You will create a new rule based on criteria you will enter. All right. So it says in the edit rule descriptions, we're going to keep field value is in the first menu. Alright, so we're going to keep that one the same. It says to click the drop down arrow to the right of between, and we're going to select less than or equal to, and it says to click in the empty box, and we're going to type 10. And we're going to click on the bold button. It says click the down arrow on the background color, and we're going to choose red. Okay, the dialog box should look similar to the picture right here. Okay, and ours does. So we're going to click the OK button. A formatting rule for in-stock field is added to the dialog box. Now, when the report is viewed in Report View, the value for the in-stock field will appear bold and the color control will be red if the format rule applies. We're going to click OK. Alright, and we're going to save the report, and we're going to change the report to Report View. Let's go to Home, Report View. Okay, so because it's 10, it will appear red. So anything that's less than or equal to 10 will appear red. Okay, so we're going to close out of this report. Alright, arranging control layouts. Make sure wingtip inventory is still open. We're going to click on the inventory table to select it. Oh shoot, actually I'm going to close out. I'm just going to click on it just to make it pink. Okay, and it says that we're going to click the Create tab, and in the Reports group we're going to choose Blank Report. A new blank report is created and the field list pane is displayed. If it isn't, click Add Existing Fields button if this does not show up. It tells us to double click ID, description, in stock, price, to add it to the report. It says press and hold the Shift key, and then we're going to click each of the 4 controls to select them all. Be sure you select the controls and not the labels. Remember, the labels are up here at the top. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click, and they should all be highlighted. So make sure that you only have the controls clicked on and not the labels. Should look similar to the picture right here. On the Arrange tab, in the Tables group, we're going to click Stacked button. The controls and the labels are arranged in a 2-column stacked layout. On the Arrange tab in the Tables group, click on Tabular. The controls and labels are arranged in a tabular layout. The tabular format indents the position of the columns by default. On the Arrange tab in the Tables group, we're going to click on Stacked again to change it back to the stacked layout, which should look like the picture right here. We're going to save the report, and we're going to give it a name of Stacked Report. Go ahead and click OK. It says to pause and leave the database open to use the next exercise. All right. Okay, we are on to the next step right here, and it says that we're going to use this wingtip inventory database and the stacked report that are open for the previous exercise. Change the report to design view, and it says to click the Show All Tables link in the field list pane. Okay, so show all tables. Okay, and it says to click the in production field in the list pane and drag it to the grid and place it in any location on the design grid to the right of the 4 controls. So I'm just going to drag and drop it up here. It says to press and hold the shift key and then select the ID control field right here. Okay, still holding the shift key, select description, in stock, and the price field. On the Arrange tab, in the Tables group, we're going to click on Stacked once again, which is right here. Okay, the In Production control is added to the bottom of the stack layout. With all 5 controls still select, we're going to click the Control Margin button on the Arrange tab, which is over here. And we're going to select Narrow. The text within the field controls and labels are formatted by the Narrow option. On the Arrange tab in the Positions group, we're going to click the Control Padding button and we're going to choose Medium. It says to click anywhere on a blank area of the design grid to deselect the control field. So I'm just going to click over here to deselect. And it tells me to select the In Production control field. And then we're going to then select Row right here. In the Rows and Columns group, notice that the production field and the control are both outlined in orange. In the Move group on the ribbon, we're going to click Move Up 3 times to move it up under ID. So 1, 2, 3, and we're moving it right there. Then it tells us to click and drag the ID control out of the layout. It will not move out of the layout. So because we have arranged it in a stacked manner, it won't move out. It says to click anywhere in the blank area of the design grid to select the field controls, press shift and then press shift key and then we're going to select the price label. So price label is right here. In the table group on the ribbon, in the table group, we're going to click the Remove Layout button. It says to click and drag price field control to the right of the ID as shown. So we're going to click and drag the price control field up to about right here. Oh, we want to move this one though too. Oh, hold on. I'm going to hit undo. So we actually want to select both of these. Price and that, and I'm going to choose Remove Layout. Okay, now I can move this one up to about right there. Okay, says to save the report, and then we're going to change it to Report View to view your changes. Go to Report View, and now we should have a report that looks like that. Tells us to save your changes, and then we're going to close the report. And we're going to pause, leave this database open to use in the next exercise. Moving on to page 153. Alright, so we're going to click on the inventory table to select it, and then we're going to click on the Create tab. On the Create tab, we're going to click the Form button. A new form containing all the fields from the inventory table is created in Layout View. We're going to change it to Design View. Okay, and we're going to click the ID control to select it. On the Arrange tab, in the Merge Split group, we are going to click Split Horizontally. Click to the right of the ID field control and notice that the orange border of the new column created after the split. Okay, click the In Production field. And the In Production label, click the In Production field and drag it to the right of the ID control or ID field control to place it next to it. So we're going to move this over here. Okay, there we have that. Notice the new additional space automatically created to the right of the other fields. Says take note, Access automatically creates a new column of placeholders in a layout when a field control is horizontally split and another field control is dragged into the placeholder created next to the horizontally split field. It says to click the In Stock field control, and we're going to press and hold the Shift key, and we're going to click on the In Stock label. On the Arrange tab in the Move group, we're going to click Move Down. The In Stock field control and label move to the bottom of the layout. It says to click the Description control field to select it, and we're going to press and hold the Shift key and then click the empty space below the Description control field. Below the Description control field to select the cell. Alright, both the description field control and the cell below should be outlined in orange. On the Arrange tab in the Merge and Split group, we're going to click Merge. The description field and the cell now merge into one. And it should look something like this picture right here. Click the In Stock control field to select it, and on the Arrange tab in the Rows and Columns group, we're going to click Insert Below. Two empty cells are added under the In Stock control. The In Stock control should still be selected. On the Arrange tab in the Rows and Columns group, we're going to click on Select Row. Both the In Stock label and the field control should be selected, as well as the empty column created when we dragged the In Production field control to the right of the ID field. On the Arrange tab, we're in the control or in the Move group, we're going to click the Move Down button twice to move the In Stock control to the last cell row below the bottom of the layout. In Layout View, you can also use the Tools on the Arrange tab to arrange controls within a layout for both forms and reports. It says to click the Description field control to select it, and on the Arrange tab in the Position group, we're going to click Anchoring button and then select the Stretch Down and Across. The Description field control, as well as all of the others, will now automatically resize to display all of their contained text. If necessary, when access window is made larger. Click the In Stock control field and increase its height by positioning the pointer over the top right corner. So I gotta scroll over here and I'm gonna position my insertion point over the top right corner of the control and drag until a diagonal two-sided arrow appears. So that would be right about, oh, it's kind of tricky, right here. And then click and drag upward until the text is no longer obstructed. So I kind of have to look over here. There we have it. Okay. It says to save the form as modified inventory form. So we're gonna click save and we're gonna name it modified inventory form. We'll click OK. Alright, arranging control alignment, size, and position. Page 155. It says to click the inventory table and actually we're just going, I'm going to close out of this for right now. We're going to click on this table to select it, and we're going to click on the Create tab, and we're going to click on the Form Design button. A new blank form is created and the field list pane is displayed. If it isn't, we are going to click on Add Existing Fields. It says to double click description, in stock, double click price, and also double click in production. We're going to press and hold the shift key and then click the description, in stock, and price. Description, in stock, and price control field. The in production field should already be selected. Oh, so we do need to. So hold down shift and click on in production. On the Arrange tab in the table group, it says to click the Stacked button. So find the Stacked button and we're going to click on that. The controls and the labels are arranged in a stacked layout, up and down. It says to click on the blank space on the design grid and then select the in production control and label. So hold down shift to select them both. On the Arrange tab in the Size and Ordering group, we are going to click on Size and Space, and we're going to click on To Fit. Notice all the fields and labels are slightly resized in the layout based on the best fit of the text within the production field control and label, since the layout forces all fields to conform to this action. Step 11 says to select all of the controls in the stacked layout. The labels and controls for description, I'm going to unselect because I don't want to select the label. So we're going to choose description, in stock, price, and in production controls. And on the Arrange tab in the table group, we're going to click on Remove Layout. All of the controls and labels should still be selected. On the Arrange tab in the Sizing and Ordering group, we're going to click on Size Space, and we're going to click on To Fit. Notice that all the field controls independently change to their width to the best fit, since the text are no longer part of the layout. Your screen should look similar to this. Oh, I guess we had to click on these as well. size to fit. So it should look like that. Okay. Oh shoot, with the controls and all of their labels still selected, so make sure you select all of these again if they are not. It says on the Arrange tab in the Size and Ordering group, we're going to click the Align button and we're going to align right. The labels are right aligned to the controls. It says to click and drag the ID field from the field list pane to any blank spot on the design grid above description field. Okay, so we're going to click and drag so click on the ID control field. We're going to click on it from our field list pane and we're going to drag it to any spot on the design grid above the description. So I'm going to drag it and drop it right up there on top. So it tells me to select the ID and the label for ID, and in the size and ordering group we're going to click the Align button and we're going to choose Align Right and then select Left. Oh, let's see. Okay, then it says press and hold the Shift key and then click both the label and controls for all of the controls. So we're going to hold down the Shift key and click on all of these to select them. Next, we're going to choose the Align button and we're going to choose Align Left. All the controls are left aligned as a group. In the Sizing and Ordering group, we're going to click the Align button and we're going to align right again. Okay, all of the controls are now aligned right as a group. Your screen should look similar to figure 8-36. Says to select all of the controls if necessary. All of ours are still selected. And on the Arrange tab in the Size and Ordering group, we're going to click on Size and Space and we're going to choose Equal Vertical from the spacing. Notice that the vertical space between the controls are now equal. It says to click any blank space on the design grid. And on the Arrange tab in the Size and Ordering group, we're going to click Size and Space again, and we're going to choose Grid. The design grid disappears. Click the Size and Spacing button again, and we're going to select Grid once again, and the design grid reappears. It says to click any blank space on the design grid and drag to draw a box around the labels and controls so they are all selected. Okay, drag a box around them, similar to how I just did. Or press and hold the Shift key to select all of the label and controls. On the Arrange tab in the Size and Ordering group, we're going to choose Align button and we're going to click to Grid. Notice that the controls and labels slightly move. The upper corners of all labels are now aligned to the nearest grid points. Okay. On the Arrange tab in the Size and Ordering group, we're going to click on Size and Space, and then in the category that appears, we're going to choose Ruler. The ruler appears. Okay, or disappears. We're going to click on Size and Spacing again and choose Ruler, and then now our ruler should reappear. It tells us to save this form, so we're going to right click, choose Save, save the form as Arranged Inventory Form. Arranged Inventory Form. Click OK to save, and then it tells us to close the field list form. Okay. adjusting page margins and changing page orientations for forms and reports. This should be our last step. I'm still using Wingtip Toys. We're going to click on the Modified Inventory form in the navigation pane, and then we're going to choose File tab. On the File tab, we're going to click the Print button to display the print menu with the options Quick Print, Print, and Print Preview. It tells us to click on Print Preview command. The Print Preview screen appears with a preview of the form as shown in Figure 8-38. Notice the form's field borders exceed the width of the margin. In the page layout group, which is right here, we're going to click the landscape option. To display the form in landscape view, notice some of the form's field borders still exceed the width of the margin over here on the side. So in the page size group, we're going to click on margins, and we're going to choose narrow as our margin options. The form fields borders have been adjusted and should now be within the right margin. It says the print layout now appears complete. So it should look similar to this picture, which ours does. It tells us that in the Close Preview group, we're going to click Close Print Preview, and we're going to double click Toys by Quantity in Stock report to open it. On the Home tab in the Views group, we're going to click on Print Preview. Okay, the report is displayed in Print Preview. The price field header and data in the last column exceed the width of the margin over here on the side. And so here we can zoom out a little bit so you can get a better picture. So on the Print Preview tab, we need to change our margins button, and we're going to choose narrow. The price, field list, and data are now completely visible. So on the Print Preview tab, we're going to click Close Print Preview, and we're going to close the reports. It says to stop, close, and then exit access. Okay, we are done with lesson 8.